going on? I hope you're doing well. In our last video we spoke about if I could only have one cartridge. So after some critical thinking, I kind of came to the conclusion that for me a 6.5 PRC would be a good fit. Now what we're going to be doing in today's video is actually going through, if I was only to have one rifle chambered in 6.5 PRC, what would that rifle look like to give me the most versatility, that I can still go out and dominate precision rifle matches with it, I can blink with my wife with it, I can go shoot long range matches with it, I could hunt with it. So we sort of want to find that middle ground as to what is going to be our good enough setup to be an all-around killer rifle to have a lot of fun with. That's what we're going to be doing in today's video. And as a treat, we're going to be using my super high-tech illustration software. Let's go! Okay, so to start us off, we're going to need a barreled action, right? So please excuse my drawing skills, and we kind of need to keep things at scale here. So we've got one shot at this. This might be horrific, but we're going to give it a go nonetheless. Okay, so let's go barreled action. That is our, oh crap, I already kind of screwed myself here. Let's go from there to the front. Okay, cool. So that's our barrel, and this is sort of where our chassis is going to interface with that. Okay, so my barrel of choice is going to be an International Barrels MTU Contour. Now, for 6.5 PRC, I'm probably going to end up shooting the 156 grain Berger Extreme Outer Limit Hunter. Okay, that's a really good bullet. I've got, I think, just over 1,000 of them for my 6.5 Sherman Short that I've got coming soon. And because I'm going to be using those, I'm probably going to end up going for a 1 in 7.5 twist on a 26 inch. So let's go, actually this is what this is for. IBI, International Barrels, okay, MTU Contour. Now we'll speak about the contour more specifically, and I'm gonna go 1 in 7.5, possibly 1 in 7. Now the reason I say possibly 1 in 7, if I was to change up and go to a heavier monolithic bullet, that, remember, monolithic bullet is lighter, so to make up the weight they make them longer, so you might need a little bit of a faster spin on that. So that's why I say possibly a 1 in 7. Now as far as the contour, I've gone MTU, and the reason for that is I'm doing mostly precision rifle matches, okay, National Rifle League matches, so I'm gonna need all the help I can get to tame a Magnum, because as you guys know, a Magnum's probably not the ultimate solution for that game. But in this thought experiment, this is what we're left with. So I'm going to use all the weight I can get, also extra rigidity, whatever, okay, from a thicker barrel. And I'm going to finish this sucker at 26, I think that's the thing for inches, we obviously don't use inches here. I'm going to finish that sucker at 26 inches. And that's going to give me long enough to get good speed, also gives me enough maneuverability. And on the end of that, I'm gonna put one of our Raptor muzzle brakes. Okay, so let's go Raptor. Oh, that is horrific. Boom, 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 and it's a 5-port brake. So that is gonna be Raptor. Guys, if you're, by the way, in the US or if you're in the Europe region, I'm gonna link down below for you guys where you can pick up some of our APW products. Okay, that is, we have some dealers set up. If you're watching from another region in the world, by the way, and you want to get our products out there, I'm also going to link our sign up to become a dealer thing down below. Right, next, let's go back to our black. Okay, now we need to connect this barrel to something. So this is also a little bit of an interesting one. So for me, I'm going to go with a BAT TR action for this build. If I was doing mostly hunting, I'd probably have chosen a different barrel contour as well as the Bumblebee action. But for now, that's going to be a BAT TR action. Oh, that is horrific. Boom, 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 boom. That's our 20 MOA rail. Our bolt knob is going to be down here. And our action is going to look something like that, okay, and that's going to go in there. Okay, cool. So we have our BAT TR. Okay, so that is our BAT TR at the back there. Now we obviously need the bang bang switch, okay, and as you guys know, I'm a big fan of the flat shoes on my Bix & Andy TacSport Pro. So let's draw our trigger there, and our trigger shoe is going to come out something like that. That's going to be our Bix & Andy TacSport Pro 2-stage. Now the reason I like the 2-stage, I used to only shoot single stage, okay, on my precision rifle, on my match gun. And recently I've gone to the 2-stage triggers for the longer distance stuff. Now I'm about to switch to the 2-stage triggers for match shooting. It's also really nice for hunting. You can sort of pull through that first stage. Not sort of, you can pull through that first stage, hold onto that sucker, and as soon as you're ready to let it rip, boom. Okay, so that's really nice, gives you ultra precision feel, and it breaks so crisp. It's the same every time. I've had dual triggers, I've had triggers modified. The Bix and Andes they just work, and I'm super happy with them. Now, so that's kind of our barreled action. We have a little bit of a mismatch here at the front, but you guys get what I mean. And as you can see now, we've screwed up the scale of this whole thing. I should have drawn the action over there, but I didn't. Anyway. Okay, so now we need to put this sucker into something. Okay, as you guys know, I've always been an MDT fan since I got going in this whole thing. So it's no surprise that I'm going to choose the MDT XRS chassis. Now, I've won National Rifle League matches? I won matches? I have so many of these moments when I'm making these videos, so I'm just going to leave that one in there for you guys. So I've won National Rifle League matches shooting the XRS. This is actually one for a Tika short action. It's heading out the door to a client after I make this video. It's going to be a great fit for me for doing hunting. We probably need to make a few modifications for it to fit some of the other accessories. So I'm going to do my dandiest. Okay, so that's going to come to about here. Okay, that's our XRS, boom. Our magwell's going to run there. We're going to come down like this, and I'm going to run the vertical version of the grip. Okay, and that's going to come up, and then we have that little knockout there, boom. And then we're going to go to the back and come into, that's actually pretty decent. And we've obviously got our cheek adjustment over here, and then we've got length of pull spacers that we can also use to adjust that length of pull. Okay, so XRS, I feel it's a really well balanced chassis. We've actually done a complete separate video where I called it the best all-rounder chassis, because I do feel like you can do pretty much anything with it. Now, the modifications I'm going to need to do to this guy is I'm going to have to slap on an arc rail. Okay, so an arc rail basically is a 45-degree dovetail. I think it's 45 degrees that we're going to put down here. Okay, and the reason for that is, oh, by the way, we need to just do MDT XRS, boom. And the reason for the arc rail is I want to run the SkyPod as my bipod of choice. Now, I've shot Atlases, I've shot the SkyPod for the versatility, and if I'm building one rifle, okay, where I want to do everything with, I feel the SkyPod there is no competition. It's so adjustable, it's amazing. Hopefully some of you guys managed to snag some SkyPods on the MDT Black Friday sale. Really cool upgrades coming to the Gen 2 of the SkyPod, so keep your eye on MDT's website for those. I'm super excited. Couple of small changes, but I feel like it's just going to make a really good product even better. So yeah, that's why I want the arc rail, because I want that ability to manipulate my bipod really quickly, get it on, get it off, slide it back if I need to gain some extra elevation for whatever reason. The arc rail just gives you so much more options. Also, if I want to shoot from my tripod, I can clamp my rifle into my tripod, and also makes for taking really cool pictures of your rifle in a tripod over a landscape. So what's not to love about having ARCA compatibility? Also, a really easy upgrade to do. So for the versatility you're gaining with your ARCA rail, I feel that is a no-brainer. And obviously I'm going to do my best. Actually, we're going to go clamp there, boom, boom. That's the ARCA clamp. And then our SkyPod is going to sit like that. Woo! That's a thick SkyPod with its little spike feet that it comes with, like that. And then we have our little notch there. Okay, cool. So we have our SkyPod. And I'm also going to do SkyPod. Now, very importantly, there's a couple of versions of this. I'm going to go for the ARCA version, obviously, because we're going to have our ARCA rail on. And I'm also going to go for the triple pull SkyPod. Because if I can only have one of everything, I'm going to go for the best one. And then triple pull is pretty much going to allow me to rip those legs out. I'm going to be able to have my rifle like this high. So if I'm in the bush somewhere, I'm going to be able to engage and get that rifle just off the ground quite a bit higher, and that's going to be really nice in a hunting environment. Okay, so some other accessories to consider. I'm going to have some M-lock weights. Now the reason I'm going to want those weights is if I'm shooting matches, the XRS chassis has these little slots on the side. Now you're able to attach these weights there, and the reason for that is rifle balance. Okay, you can manipulate that balance point of your rifle, as you guys would have seen in my rifle balance video. That's going to be linked up here. So that's going to be a really nice benefit there. It's also going to make my rifle a little bit heavier, so if I'm doing precision rifle style matches, I'm going to be able to slap some weights on and help me ride that recoil a little bit better, and also just remove those weights if I'm not shooting any matches. So I feel like that's a really nice little modular system that you could use to just help you shoot precision rifle style matches a little bit better. Now, another thing to consider, if I was to go hunting, I would probably rip off the Raptor and put a silencer / suppressor on there, whatever you're into. Yeah, because nobody likes hunting with a Magnum caliber and a muzzle brake, and generally you're not having enough time to put your ears on, you know. It's like, oh, there he is, cool, get down into position, boom. And that's going to suck shooting a 6.5 PRC with a muzzle brake. You could shoot it with a naked barrel, but I'd probably end up going with a silencer, something short and fat, just to help us get rid of the sting and make it kind of safe that you could shoot the odd round or two without ear protection. That brings us to arguably one of the most important bits, is our optic. Okay, so what kind of optic will I be running? Now, you guys know I shoot vortexes, and again, if I was to choose one optic to do everything, I would probably get the first high-end optic that I ever bought, and that was a Vortex AMG. Now, the reason I go AMG over Razor is weight, okay? I can add M-lock weights and things to manipulate this rifle's balance point, but if I could only have one optic, I'd probably end up going for the AMG, and the reason is it's quite light. It's very light. It's much lighter than the Razor. The Razor is freaking tank, okay? The Razor, I'm talking about the typical bronze Razor. Now, the AMG is also called the Razor AMG, not to be confused between the two. The AMG is a 30mm tube with a 50mm objective lens, 6:24 magnification, first focal plane, EBR-7C reticle. That sounds like a hell of a lot of information. It's the reticle I like. I can hunt with it, I can shoot matches with it, I can shoot long range matches with it. It's perfect. It's nice and light, so that if I was to change this rifle out into sort of the hunting configuration, the AMG is not going to be too heavy for me to lug around the bush. I will have to deal with that weight of the MTU barrel, but that's kind of a compromise that you're going to have to go for. So I'm going to house that in Vortex Precision Match rings. Okay, let's do our best Vortex. Okay, so that's PMR rings, and this is probably too low, but our scope's going to sit round about there. That is horrific. I'm sorry, Vortex. You've done such a good job designing that guy, and I have just absolutely butchered it. Woo, it's getting worse. Okay, I'm gonna have to quit while I'm ahead. But that's gonna be it. Let's go AMG. Not a Mercedes. I feel like this little setup would be a super fun setup to build. If somebody's got something similar to this, let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what you guys would do. If you could only have one rifle, what would you chamber it in? Let's do a little build list. Let's go from the top. So optic, action, barrel, caliber, chassis, bipod. I think that sort of covers, and obviously you're going to have a Raptor muzzle brake on the front there. Guys, that's it for my little, let's call it the dream build, the do everything build. I feel like I can do pretty well in a couple of scenarios with this, and even if it was the fan type scenario, I think I'd also do pretty well running this, but hopefully we never find ourselves in one of those. Guys, thank you for watching. This has truly been such a fun little thought experiment for me, and yeah, thank you to, I think it was Ash who asked that question on our Patreon group. Speaking of that, guys, if you want to support the channel, we'd really appreciate that. I've obviously quit my corporate job to do this for you guys full time. There's no bonuses, nothing like that. It's the end of the year. So if you want to support the channel, even if it's just for a month, check out the People of Impact. That's going to be linked down below. We really appreciate that. And we can't thank the guys enough for being on that platform. I'm going to scroll here all the guys that are supporting the channel on Patreon. There's a couple of you guys that have been there since the start, and I really can't thank you enough for supporting our effort to make quality firearms content for you guys. Because as you know, we make little to no revenue off YouTube themselves. I also want to thank MDT for being a channel partner. You guys rock. I had a great call with you this week, and I'm super excited for all the things we're going to do together in the future. Guys, have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you in the next video. Also, don't forget to check out our second channel. We're doing some motorbike stuff on there. It's really exciting. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye.